Yeah, hey, I'll send you some links. I got you. It's crazy, actually. I
No,
got
I
the
want
router.
you to do it.
Oh, well, okay, maybe we can
Just
figure
kidding.
something out. Yeah, I got the adapter and the router today because again, fucking stupid DoorDash collab took forever. But I
I'm
got
surprised you
home,
didn't put that on Bible, actually.
dude. I was thinking about it, telling you guys actually, but I got home. I ate a leftovers cheeseburger and set
Ooh.
up a Wi-Fi network within like 45 minutes for this show. So
Yeah, you
wow.
did.
Mark, you look really good on my stream.
Really? You think
Yeah, you
so?
look sharp as fuck.
I switched
Dude,
to my. I always use my phone as my camera, so
just wait till
my
I get that
camera.
cable.
See, I can
Cover
rock
it up.
all of them in 1080 now, and there's no lag. That's pretty nice.
Yeah.
That is pretty spectacular. Sorry, I'm still posting to our Insta.
Thank you, Graphy.
Graphy.
Do I look clear on my camera?
I think
Okay.
you look good. Graphy, how's this sound? Anything weird happening? We all sound pretty good.
Recording in progress.
Nice.
Mm-hmm.
Graphy didn't reply, so I'm gonna assume that's a yes. Everything sounds good.
Congrats.
Yeah, what up, talkers? K Fred. K Fred is officially
Honestly,
he's migrated over here. He's like, fuck it. I get
Honestly,
emojis over here.
my sister said she likes the Twitch chat more.
Well, yeah, because there's people there.
Yeah, I get it. I get
I
it.
think it helps. It's
We
like,
don't care where you guys watch from.
who wants
The Twitch
to
chat just popped.
stand in a room by themselves when you can stand in a room where there's a party, you know?
Yeah, this
right.
is
People
true,
like
actually.
that.
You guys ready?
Yeah, let's do it.
All right. Here goes our super cool intro.
So cool. So cool.
So cool. There you go. We are going. Dude, it's another one.
What up, dudes?
What's up?
I'm Victor.
I'm Evelyn.
And I'm Mark.
Welcome to the show. We are to live and talk in LA.
Let's get it.
What up?
What's up, dudes?
Right.
This is a good vibe show. I feel like even the theme song sounds better to me today. I'm telling you, something happened in the car. I'm getting hit with like endorphins or something secondhand. I don't know.
The
Usually-
vibes are
good.
high. That's
Yeah.
good.
Did you like escape death or something? Because
Dude.
that might be it.
Yeah, it's called the Studio City office. I left and I immediately, the sun was shining. And I said, wow, what a beautiful world this is.
Isn't it funny
Here
how
I
all you
go.
have to do is step? It's like being severed. Like you just step out of the building and there's like sunshine and clouds
Amazing.
and sparkles in people's eyes. And you go inside and it's fluorescent lighting. My momager in the chat, in the YouTube chat, like me, wishing you guys a congratulations with hand clap emoji. What are we celebrating, Mark?
Well, Saturday, it all went down. Me and the Guatemalan had our wedding.
Dun, 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 dun.
It's beautiful.
It was a long time coming. We got engaged a while ago. Then we started planning the wedding, and then life happened. We canceled the wedding, and we picked up the planning. Kind of like, when did we start? We started planning it like at the end of 2024, and so like
let's put that in time. How many months in total?
probably like 6 months, right? So
Wow.
because I was coming off torn Achilles, and I was starting to walk. I was on one crutch. I remember that vividly. So it had to be like in like the December time frame. It was before all the fires. And the reason why I mention that is because one of the places we're looking at was at a place that I think may have been affected by the fires.
Wow.
So we Euro stepped around that one because we could have had a venue that burned down. And I'm like, what happens what's the insurance policy if your venue burns down? I don't know. So, but like on Saturday, it all came together. We had a little thing. Like the wedding was awesome.
Yes.
I had a great time. I think planning a wedding is tough, and the Guatemalan will always say like, if you want to be like stress free, then be the groom. And that's true. That's true.
I saw on the invite where it said, "Don't call the bride, leave her alone. If you have concerns, the groom's available."
Yeah.
Mhm.
I liked that line.
Oh, I told her to put that because like
Respect.
wait, like so there's a couple things about this. So planning a wedding, we found this whole thing of how to distribute the RSVPs, the people we wanted to invite, and it was a text blast, and you could put all these things in there, like here's the details, here's the venue, here's the time, all these things, and it's not just in every facet of life, people don't read. So people like would text, "Where's the venue? What time does it start? What day is it? Are you registered?" All these things, and it's like it actually could be answered here in this thing that we sent you. It wasn't just this weird magical box that does nothing. It's not the void. It's actually something that does something. So it was spelled out, and she was constantly getting messages of like, "What's this? What's this?" And it's like, okay. But then there was a couple things that came up. So leading up to the wedding, it's like there's a couple things we wanted to address. One is obviously if you're going to be drinking, do not drive. If you are going to drive, just know that parking is tough. And
Yeah.
I was like, hey, like if there's any questions, she's like, there's a lot, all the info's in the venue. But I'm like, you know what? If there's any one-off, send them to me. Funnel them to me, and we put that in the message. But ultimately, people don't read.
I thought the alert
I-
system was fantastic. It was pretty good.
Yeah, I knew that it was coming. I did not forget at all. Like I liked that
Yeah.
a lot. But I definitely like I heard like 3 questions the day of that I was like, I know that was written in the invitation. And I know I said the words, I'm pretty sure it was like towards the bottom of the invitation out loud. So yeah, people
Yeah.
definitely are not reading.
I feel like I sent Mark a dumb question at some point. I don't think I'm a totally clean coming through this thing, but I did refer back to the text quite a bit, and that was helpful. So like the address, I knew that was in there somewhere. I was like, let me just look it up.
I think the only thing you asked was, like, is the reception next to it? And I was like, yeah, it's next door. So
That was
Yeah.
actually a valid question. I don't know if that
Yeah.
was
Thank you.
addressed on
I
the
don't know if that
invite.
was in there.
I don't
'cause I
know
didn't
because
see
I
it.
literally was like, "What's happening?" And I was like, "I'll figure it out in real time."
Yeah.
But it was oh yeah, there's questions in the chat, which is what percentage of the wedding did I plan? I'm not going to toot my own horn. I'm going to say at least 77%.
Yeah.
I knew you were at least
Real?
50. I had
Yeah.
a good feeling about you.
No, I don't like.
Oh, am I wrong?
No, yeah, you're wrong. You're wrong, 100%.
Dude,
Because
I wanted to have faith in you.
yeah,
It was
well, yeah,
actually
okay.
100%. He did it all.
I did it all. They didn't even need anything. No,
My dude.
it's well, there's a lot to account for. It's like there's a couple things that happen. You go to the venue and they start telling you all these different things, and it's like,
The watermelon in the
Dude.
chat, bro.
yeah,
We are blessed right
She fucking
now.
made the handle. That's awesome.
Oh my gosh. And she
That's
got it.
great.
The watermelon. Respect. And
Yeah, okay.
congratulations.
Congrats
I forget,
again.
I forget they're on a delay. So obviously, but like we go to the venue, we pick the venue, and it's like, okay, like they do all these things. Like we have the food, we have this, we have this. And that. I'm like, oh, cool. Like it doesn't look like we have much planning to do, and that's wrong.
That is definitely wrong.
Yeah.
Oh no, yeah, 100%. Like it's 100% wrong because like I'm like sitting there, I'm like, okay, like then we start thinking about like we have to do the food tasting and then we have to do the cake tasting and we have to figure out the alcohol situation because it's a place where they provide soft drinks and coffee and tea, but you have to provide your own alcohol. You have to do these things.
Interesting.
We had special guests come through. We had the DJ. Out of all the things, like so, the wedding venue, that was like the wedding venue did a lot of the lifting. The Guatemalan planned for our special guests to show up. They planned like we worked with our coordinator officiant to do this, and she had like a strong majority of this workload there, and I helped out. The only thing I was like where she was really hands off that I really did was the DJ. And so I hired the DJ through a friend, and we just collaborated with like, hey, what songs do they need to play? And that was the only thing where I kind of like took like 100, like I'd say 90% of the like of that specific task.
That's interesting. I didn't think people were hands-on with DJs. You told him what he needs to play? How many songs
Well,
did he need to play?
need to play the first dance.
Oh, you mean at specific
Yeah.
times. I thought you meant
Yeah.
like you need to play this whole playlist or you're out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I need to play Creed and Nickelback, and I need to make sure that it's in this order. Now,
I'm
like,
really
hey, how do you-
surprised there was
select
none of the
all
hits,
of the
dude.
cumbia. You
Yeah.
didn't select the cumbia jams. I thought that's what you meant when you said you were curating the playlist.
No, so in a way, I had to curate like those specific songs.
Right.
And
Oh,
that's where
okay.
I'm like,
Okay.
so like let's
Okay.
like I think it's out of all the things, it's safe to say with her watching and I'm being recorded and I'm being watched by
Careful.
everybody. The DJ was the one I did the most on. Everything else, like she took a strong lead on. She was very coordinated and did all these
As
cool
our
things.
Guatemalans do.
Yeah,
Tracks.
hands on.
Yeah.
Only backhanded me twice. But
Okay,
I
Not that
respect.
bad.
Didn't
Yeah,
even
that's
merit
okay.
a third. All right.
Mhm. Yeah, didn't even third. Which the rule is, if you get backhanded and you keep your face in that position of where you got slapped, that means you had to come in. That's just a fun fact. But like like only twice is when she hit me.
Okay.
And it was a good-
Recorded on the record when they're watching.
but it was like a good time. Like I like it like, but there was a lot of work that had to be done, and like it wouldn't have been done without her. We didn't have we worked in hand in hand with their coordinator, like in-house coordinator, to do things, but like she she showed up
Shout
and
out
showed
to
out
the
for-
Guatemalan.
She did.
And she
Nice.
also delivered, I know I mentioned this already, but she delivered a nice joke in her vows where I was like, it's not just Mark.
Yeah,
She's
she cracked me
got
up.
it. Our girl got it. Like
It was
I
funny.
was living for it. But I have a question. Who planned the opening? Your intro, your introduction that if you guys follow
Yeah,
us
that was
on
fun.
Instagram, you would have seen a little quick preview of. I didn't get the best view. I think Victor got a better angle, but who planned that?
Like for me specifically, I
Mhm.
planned that. That was me.
Was that
Uh,
wrestling inspired? I got
It's
Yeah,
wrestling
what was
vibes.
talk us through what
Mhm.
happened?
So, I'm a big wrestling fan, like a huge wrestling fan,
Mhm, mhm.
and over the years, like I loved it. And I kind of tapered off, and I started loving it again. Probably like in 2015, 2016, I went to Dallas for WrestleMania, and this one wrestler started like showing up and showing out like 2016, 2017, and his name is Bobby Roode. And if you're not a big wrestling fan, that name means nothing to you. But as a wrestling fan, you know he's been in like different promotions like TNA, and he showed up to NXT, which is like a part of WWE, and he has the best fucking theme song out of all theme songs, which is that song I played, Glorious Domination.
Okay.
It has like a piano in the beginning, which I love. It has the hard hitting guitar riffs,
Mm.
and it's just like a strong chorus of a song. And I like that for 5 years before the Guatemala and me started living together. That was my alarm clock. That shit would go off every day. It got to the
But
point
you
where
didn't
if you
grow
look
to
at my
hate it though.
No,
Everybody
because
hates
it's
their
so-
alarm. Yeah, that's great.
No, it's-
yeah,
but
you
it-
do.
I got hyped up. Listen to that shit. And like he has the best entrance. So if you ever like Google NXT Bobby Roode entrance, you watch that entrance. I tried to replicate it because I thought it was like the coolest thing ever. A long time ago, the plan was for me to get a robe, like a Ric Flair robe, and it was all pimped
Oh,
out and
gosh.
decked out to
Nice.
do it.
That would have been really funny.
Yeah, but like, and then the whole thing was like I wanted like a ring boy or something, like a kid, and what I would have done is taken my robe off and I would have thrown it over their head, and it would just and then
Nice.
the whole plan
Very
was for them to
theatrical.
have it go over their head, and then they would just turn and walk away with it over their head. That was like the plan. It's kind of expensive to put a donned up, decked out robe, so that didn't happen.
Mm.
So I wanted to, but I that was like for you, and I told like the Guatemalan this for you. I'm like, if we get married, I want to walk down to that song, and she's like, okay,
It was
that's the-
iconic.
It was
That's the
dope.
one thing you'll get.
We should
Yeah.
tag that guy in the video because I think he'd give you a shout out. Not very many people get married like to match someone's wrestling theme. I think he's probably not seen that before.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
You should definitely do. I didn't even know
I-
this person existed.
Yeah, I didn't either.
Yeah. So like, I tried to do the choreography, and like I just tried to put my own flair to it, and it was a good time. That's where that intro came from. So I planned that as well.
Sick. So a little more than you thought.
Hmm.
Question in
Yeah.
the chat. Who picked the color scheme?
The Guatemalan did.
she did.
We knew that.
Yeah, she picked a color scheme. I picked up my suit as is. I was like, I don't know. I just told her like, what should I avoid? and I think she said whatever, and I was probably gonna go orange or
Whoa.
yellow, like a true Saul Goodman vibe. But I couldn't find anything that I wanted, so I was out suit shopping. By the way, Victor, this is for you too. If you get a suit, go to Indochino. This is the free plug that they'll get. It's a place that there are different malls all across, like I'm sure around the country, but here in LA, and they make your suit from essentially like your body measurements. They measure you up, they ask you what fabrics you like and all these different things, and the suit you walk away with. I paid like roughly about $600 for the suit, and that included alterations and all the things they did. They measured like the length of arm, so the suit is built for you. And I know your eyes raised for that for a second. But
if I want to get married, I would do it. Yeah, I think
Yeah.
just
at some point you're gonna have to have a suit, right? I think like even if you get married, like you get married, but if you like at some point every man should have a suit.
It's like the little black
I
dress.
have multiple
Every
suits.
gal
They're
has
cheap,
one.
though.
Yeah.
I have shitty
Right,
suits.
exactly.
But
like,
you
if
need
need a
like
good
one
one.
suit.
you should every guy should have a suit made for them. I think
Yeah.
it's such a game changer, and like it'll change your like perspective on what suits are. And if you go buy a suit at a place like, I'm not gonna say, let's call it Women's Factory, the opposite. So
I get it.
yeah, they would have sold you a suit for $1,000, and then they would have added the alterations on top of that, so you'd get north of 1,000. This place, it's better quality, and so I picked out the color. Is the long answer, but I would say go to that place to get the suit.
100%. $600 is a good deal.
I've been advertised to that place many times, so
yeah.
I got a
Like imagine getting a wedding dress for $600. Like
wedding dresses seem to be ludicrously priced. Like I don't know how this scale was set up.
Yep.
It just seems like they know you'll pay it. It's like predatory. I feel like
Wedding dresses is fucking hardcore predatory, and like they do this thing where they'll say, but you know what? If you have a daughter, one day she'll walk down in your dress. And chances are your daughter is not going to walk down dress because it's not slutty enough.
She might not even want that shit. Yeah.
She doesn't even want it. It's like, what were you thinking, Mom? Ew. Yuck.
Also, what if you don't even have a daughter?
Yeah,
A
exactly.
lot of people
right?
don't have daughters.
Like, why don't you just
you're
get
right.
her the one she wants? Can we talk about the real star of the show, the watermelon? Just kidding. She is the actual star of the show, but I actually want to talk about your guests. How did you coordinate your guests, and like why did you guys I want to know more. Talk to the
what's up
people
with
about
that?
your guests.
What do you mean coordinate?
Whose
How
idea
do
was that?
you
Oh,
how do
said
you
it was her.
order an additional bride and groom for a wedding?
Order an additional
the
bride.
the mice?
Oh, got it. I was like, what the heck? Guatemalan. Like
She got connects like
that's
that.
where that's where we had to work on our acting.
You guys
Acting.
bridging the gap here
acting.
because Mark didn't fill in the blanks.
Yeah.
Groom Mickey and
Mhm, groom
bride Minnie, the official Disney version, actually attended the Watermelon and Mark's wedding, which was I was floored. This is a special guest that arrived. And the Watermelon arranged this. I didn't even know you can have an official Mickey and Minnie offsite. They come with bodyguards, by the way.
That's what made me think they were really legit, and they weren't just some people you picked out on, Sunset or whatever.
Or did you
But,
also hire the
I
bodyguards
don't
to just
know.
say,
Yeah.
'Cause
"We're
they have
doing-"
walkies and shit.
We weren't far away from Hollywood Highlands, so they could have been Superman who died in the trash can, like the trash chute, but these were Mickey and Minnie. They came out for the wedding. The Guatemala knows people, dude. I don't know what to tell you. Like she has plugs, and we're big Disney fans, Disney adults. Some would even argue, and she was able to coordinate
That's not a
that.
whole argument there. It's pretty.
And,
Shut up, dude.
I'm like, that was literally like half of your guys' vows was being Disney adults, right?
Yeah, that's okay.
I'd say about
That's
a quarter.
cute.
Yeah, I'd say about a quarter.
Dude, the Watermelon slayed this wedding. That's what I'm understanding. And her dress was gorgeous.
Yeah,
I
it
have to
was.
point that out. I know we're talking a lot about the male portion here because Mark's in the room, but her dress was legendary. Like the
It was
buttons
really
in
pretty.
the back, it was sophisticated, it was sleek. I was like, slay,
I had that
slay.
clip up thing where you like get the slack and clip it. That was cool. I didn't know dresses did that. I was very impressed by the technical aspect of it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Modern tech. And
Mhm.
were there pockets? I feel like I asked this.
No, we thought
No
there were.
pockets. Yeah,
No,
we
I think there,
thought there were.
I
There
think there
were.
was because she had her phone on her.
She
Yeah, I
and you
remember
know
she
who
whipped
were
it out in the
blown
middle of
away
the.
by the pockets.
Yeah, we were floored. We
No,
had
so
a blast.
she had a pocket because she had her phone in there.
Oh,
That or she was doing Vietnamese bar tricks. Like ping pongs.
be.
Pop, 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 pop. Next time I do 6 because they're popping out, But like, she had a pocket. I hope.
okay.
Not a Vietnamese ping pong
She
trick.
got a phone in there somewhere. I don't know.
Honestly, she crushed it. Like she was just like da 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 da, like nothing terrible. Not gonna thank goodness happened. Like as
Confirmed. It
we
had
always think of
pockets.
my
There he is.
confirmed. Yes, in the chat.
2. That means more than 1 too. That's fancy.
Yeah, it was. I was just like, wow. I'm not even like a big wedding person. Like I don't attend a lot of these. I don't really care for them, to be perfectly honest. But I teared up a little bit. I was like,
I fucking love weddings.
and then seeing
I was so
Mark
happy.
be so vulnerable with this beautiful lady in this gorgeous dress, I was just like,
Yeah. And there was like a mini roast worked in too with Neil up there, which was fun too.
Oh,
He was
yeah.
kind of dragging you through it a little bit, which was in a nice way.
I loved that.
One of my quotes was in there. I'm not going to say which, but he was pulling the friends, and I was like, "Oh, there's me, there's your boy." Felt nice. It was really a nice ceremony. The party was great too. I don't know if we want to move into party time yet, but it was really, really something.
Yeah.
I want to talk about something that Mark did when we transitioned over to the rec room or the fun party next door after
I know
the
what
ceremony.
you're going to say. Let's get it.
Dude,
What the fuck, man?
what was that garter action, bro?
Oh,
That's where I'm going.
That's all
I
I
don't
was
know
gonna
where
say.
you're going.
What
What were you saying?
let's do mine after. Go ahead. I have feedback as well.
The execution of pulling the garter out from under the dress was fine. C plus B. Like
I sent him a video of it. I got a good video of it. Did you see mine?
it was taking a long
right in there,
time.
bro.
Yeah.
I couldn't see. Maybe that was it. We were just like, all right, is he still in there? We're like, what's he doing? I guess we
He
all
was
know
having
what he
fun
did,
down there. What can you say?
That's not the disappointing
Can't
part.
blame
Like
the
that
man
was
for
fine.
sticking
Like,
around. Yeah.
that performance was hey, I can't blame you. Yeah, you're right. The bride is doing her thing and he's up in there. But
yeah.
it was when you throw the garter to the bachelors. Have you seen footage of when you did that?
No, but
the snap wasn't very good. I'll say that.
It wasn't.
Was
I tried to do like the whole LeBron and put the powder on it, and then I just tossed. What I did is I tried to do that, and I just threw it back, and I just I snapped the wrist.
Have you not seen what happened after you threw it?
Oh, it hit the ceiling. It hit the ceiling and came down, and I was like, I didn't expect. Yeah, no one told me
get in there.
Yeah. Here's the funny thing. I know there's a garter toss. I just didn't know what I was actually tossing until I actually touched it. I was like, oh, this is what it is. So did I whiff it? Absolutely, I did.
That's what took him so long to get out of there. He didn't know what a garter was until he stuck his head into the dress.
That's why he was like, "What am I looking for
strings
again?"
and
All he
stuff
saw
to
was
come out.
white fluff, and he was just like,
I was digging around in there like
Lot of
1
fabric.
ping pong, 2 ping pong, 3 ping pong. Next time I do 7. No, I was going in there I just didn't know the trajectory of what the garter would have thrown.
Yeah, I was like that. I watched it happen in real time, and I was like, "That's going on the pod."
I have a thing.
What's the thing? I'm
I
excited
thought what
because
you
were really
upset
hyped.
about was what I was not upset even. Just a small thing. Okay. Everybody went in there. We're all sitting around waiting for you guys to make your way in with the
Now I know
wedding
what you're
party
talking
and
about.
such. And we're just sitting there, chatting, get drinks or whatever. Okay. And I want to preface it by saying I always wait for other people. Easy. What up, man? Welcome to the chat, dude. My boy's in the chat. See that purple heart? Love you, dude. Anyways, I wait for my girlfriend for everybody to be at the table to start eating. I understand. But you can't stick that goat cheese in front of a man with the oil and the herbs on top and little pieces of bread and just leave me there to wait. It was just sitting in front of me. It was just teasing me it felt like days. And everybody was like, can we eat? And they said, no, they want you guys to wait until you're there. And you know what? everybody was just gonna fucking eat anyway. And you know who stopped us? Elise Wong. Elise was
She
like
did.
the gate guardian.
She
She
did.
held everybody
She was
back,
like,
dude. She was like, no.
no. He said to wait, and I was like,
I told her,
he
Elise, I'm just gonna
did.
eat one, girl. I'm just gonna eat one. I'm dying. And she's like, Vic, he
I
said to
want to
wait.
know if the responsible party for that specific directive is the DJ misinterpreting what was actually delivered, or if you actually just hate all of your guests for making them stare at 3 delicious pieces of bread without touching it. So did you tell
What's
the
the deal?
DJ we're not allowed to eat the bread?
Yes. We did because fuck everybody in that venue. It's my time to shine. I'm the
That's
groom.
it.
All right. That's it. So
Simple.
fuck everybody there. Like this. I was like
Yeah.
stone cold. No, the reason why
It's okay.
the
We
whole
did
thing
follow
was-
the rules.
Yeah,
we did.
We're making a stink because we're on the pod, but
No,
we
no, no.
followed.
But the actual thing was we didn't expect it to take that long to get in there because like
Okay.
we thought the photos that we were taking solo would have gone faster. That's what it came down to, and then we didn't want like people to eat. I don't know where this came from. It had to have come from the wedding coordinator, like in the venues. Like you don't want people to eat when you're coming in because it's all. I was like, okay, let's just do that.
What a bitch.
So we said, okay.
It's kind of like then like people are like, "Nah," and then the pictures are like people eating, and I get it from an event perspective.
From a hungry man perspective, it was tough, dude. But I understand.
I'm
It's
just glad
okay.
I was able to drink the water because it was a very unorthodox hot day.
Dude, you're fucking
Yeah.
telling me, dude. It was like I
Yeah,
sweat a
he was
lot.
Sweating.
We talked like it was mentioned by our officiant. Like I sweat a lot, and it happened to be every day in LA before and every day in LA after
For like a month.
the
It was
wedding.
cold. Yeah.
It was about 72 degrees. Then when it came down to the wedding day, it's like 96 degrees, 2 away from Nick Lachey. And
Close to
so like
perfection.
Good one.
and I'm like, I don't know, like it was just hot. You know what the crazy thing about this is I wanted to time out, I wanted to time it so I didn't run into the Guatemalan in a dress or something. So I waited to go in a certain time. I called my Uber from inside, and this is the perks of living in Glendale. I called it immediately. The Uber app says, your ride is here. I'm like, the fuck? This guy had to be camping outside. I go outside, nobody's out there. And I call him like, hey, it says you're here. Like it's like the icon of him is totally riding me at this point. And he's like, oh yeah, I'm coming out right now. And we were neighbors. He lived like 2 buildings away. So my neighbor,
Dude,
2
meant
buildings
to
away,
be.
was my knight in shining armor. So he drove us.
Dude, that's divine intervention
Yeah.
for your commute.
So that worked out.
I was so mad on the way calling our Uber because it said he was here and he wasn't. And I was like, dude, this is an Uber Black. You better get your ass over here because I'm already 5 minutes behind.
That's right,
I was
you did do the
stressing
Black.
out, dude. Yeah.
Yeah.
But we made it. It was good.
Can I
Yeah,
tell?
on the menu.
I think Victor knows it. Oh, do you want to hit menu first? Go.
Well, I don't know what I'm saying, like in the chat, like Graffy mentioned that was there Jollibee and Lumpia. I wish.
That would have been sweet.
Dude,
That
that would have been
Lumpia
really
would've
nice.
Freaking sweet, dude.
Yeah.
Now I have 2 comments on that because the first is dinner related. My Witch Powers guessed exactly what was going to be on your menu, and Victor was my eyewitness. Did I
You
not
did
say
nail it.
exactly what was going to be on the plate and it came out like
You
that?
did.
That's my
You
number
did.
1.
And I tried to twist it into a chicken parm and I was wrong. But anyway,
Yeah,
you nailed
he
it.
did try. He made the effort. And then number 2 is I actually experienced pre-wedding disaster on my way to your wedding, Marcus. I was stopped in my brand new Subaru
Oh my
at a
God.
red light, and I was waiting to turn into the freeway, and I feel my car go like this,
Uh-oh.
and like straight forward, just a solid rock. And I was like, did my engine like start stop just trigger? Because it has like a little bit of a jolt on it.
Mine does that. Yeah.
Yeah. And I was like, I'm a new car. Like, is that what's happening? And I'm like, everything looks the same. And my foot has not moved from the brake. And I look up
Yeah.
in my rearview mirror and I see the guy behind me just roll back a fraction. Like he's finishing reversing. And I was like, did I just fucking get rear-ended in my brand new Subaru on my way to Mark's wedding? Which, by the way, I was on time, aggressively on time for your
Yeah.
wedding.
Mhm.
And I'm like, I don't have the time to deal with this man who just hit my vehicle and be late to Mark's wedding. Like, this is insane.
Or got out and killed
Nothing
his
happened.
ass.
I'm
Okay,
gonna spare you. It's totally fine.
that's
Like,
good.
there's like literally like a scuff, like if you have a paper cut on a bumper, like that's what it looks like. It's
Did you get
literally, you
his
can't even see it.
information?
I did not. This is what happened. I was in the ghetto. This was in Wilmington. And I was in a formal wedding attire with red lips. And I get out, and
Like,
this stupid motherfucker, okay, doesn't even get out of his car and like leans out of his window barely and is like, "Oh, did I hit you?" I'm literally like,
Dude.
I give him the dirtiest look through my sunglasses and I just look at my car. I see the dust. I dust it off. I'm like, dude, it's fine. Like, this is
You're
really annoying,
trash,
but
bro. I'm leaving.
he didn't even get out of his car.
oh man.
He didn't even offer me a dollar bill, like nothing. I looked at him. I went like this, thumbs up. I got in my car and I made it on time to your wedding
Wow.
and found free parking, by the way.
You did.
So that was a win.
Dude, you're in Wilmington. You got out dressed out super nice, and he's like, "Are you going to court or something?"
He was like, "Are you an escort? Like, what are you
Yeah.
doing here?" He was very confused. And I was like, "Fuck you. I'm going to the Watermelon's wedding and I need to be there yesterday." So it was all's well that ends well. But
Yeah.
I thought I would at least hang that over your head for a millisecond. I did see it. I'm gonna like take a screenshot of when I said I was in my new car and you were like, "Oh fuck," and then I'm gonna put that up in my room to motivate me every single day.
Good.
That's beautiful.
You saw it on my camera of my reaction.
Yeah, on your camera.
Well, I'm glad you're safe. I'm glad you're safe. I'm glad your Subaru is
She's
is
okay. We're all
You're-
right, you guys.
You're in one. You met Scribblefro. That was nice.
Dude, I was
Mhm.
so stoked. I had no
Mhm.
idea. By the way, most of the people are guests in the chat. If I met you in real life on Saturday, nobody introduced me. So I'm just assuming that you might, the only person I know who they are is like Steph and Third Eye Portal.
Mhm.
That's pretty much, and Scribbles.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
had no idea anybody else.
It was like it's funny because like at some point, like when you're doing a wedding, like I was introducing people randomly, but it wasn't consistent. And like so like at some point I was like, "Oh, you guys have been vibing for a while probably." So I didn't say anything, but at some point I was like, "Oh, do you know so and so? This person is from New York." And they're like, "Oh no." And it was nice to me. I'm like, "Oh, so no one was introducing themselves and I wasn't doing a good job of connecting the dots because like we realized it like at one point when me and the Guatemalan were like, we should just go hit every table and chat with people for like 5 minutes or something and just check in, make sure everyone's good before like the festivities break down." And
It was fun. It was nice to see you guys work in the room.
Yeah. You know,
Yeah.
you know what's funny about that is like I was so drunk that when I woke up in the morning, I thought, did I do anything bad? Was I too loud? And then I thought, you know what? Everybody was happy and no one was even thinking about me. It's all good, dude. You know, you guys did great. Saw you going around. I spent a little bit of time outside. I was dancing my butt off, but then I started getting hot, dude. So I was
It was-
doing the dance. I was going in and out, kind of weaving.
They
you know?
could have played Hot in Her because it was hot in her.
It was hot and dirt for sure.
yeah. What I loved was that the dance floor was jam packed and there was too many people and the dance was bleeding off the dance floor.
Yeah, I was
yeah.
half on the floor, half on like a fancy carpet.
So that was cool. I wasn't sure how where my body was gonna be at for dancing. Like I had to just like kind of adjust and make it work, but it worked out. I was glad, but I was glad to make sure that I threw down a dance floor without getting hurt. That was like my thing. So when I threw it back like a baddie, I was like, I'm good. I'm feeling all right now.
You were getting it, dude.
There is a night. There was definitely like a quinceañera vibe going on for a second, and I was like, I needed this. I don't. And me and Science, by the way, were thrown down on the dance floor. He has a little cumbia in his step. I was like, we were living.
It was fun hanging out with him in that setting because I think we really connected. I will say, I think weddings are one of the places where I really activate, and I was having a blast.
You
and
were
he was
on,
having
dude.
fun, and I was really having a good time, Mark. I'm gonna tell you that was probably one of my most fun times in quite a while. I really did. It felt like I was getting bachelor party vibes. I think you have a really good set of groomsmen, bunch of fun dudes, right? And
Yeah.
I was behind them. I had my work peeps over here. I had the love of my life sitting next to me if she's still in the chat. And
You know who?
I was just fucking blasting, dude. It was a good time.
Yeah, I mean, I'm very blessed with the people I know. I think that everyone's like, um, I like to think I surround myself with good people, and I think there's my homies from forever. There's the people who I've met recently, and there's like my family, and then there's like Guatemala's people. I think there was like just a good vibe all around. So I think it was a perfect mix and a perfect blend.
That's what I like
I
about
think
weddings. Everybody loves everybody there, and they're all good vibes, and they all get the vibe check. There's no
Yeah.
assholes at a wedding. Like everybody's supposed to be there.
I think I was sad because I had to drive
Mhm.
there. I live a little further, and
Yeah,
I wanted to get trashed with my bromies, dude.
Hmm.
And
dude.
my worldwide handsome SMH was not on minion behavior. He was working, and I had to take myself to this place, and I was bummed. But
Yeah.
Vic, I will say, had very high energy that day. You
I
could not
came
stop
ready.
him.
No.
I was like, "Are you good?" Like, I was like, he was quiet or something. He was like all mysterious and shit. All of a sudden, he's like, "Nah, I'm actually elated right now. Like, this is
Yeah.
great. I'm
Let's
around my
go, dude.
people." Like, he was so
Hmm.
excited to be in the out. And your vibe, I think, dropped the vibe for a lot of other people too. Like, everybody else
It
was like, "Oh
dropped the
yeah, it
vibe.
is." Like, no, like dropped a good vibe, I should say. Increased the vibe, if anything.
Oh yeah, thank you. What's up?
You were the love of my life.
Oh, she heard me in the chat.
Oh
Sneak
my
attack.
God.
Aw, sneak
Boom.
attack.
See that?
Uh-oh.
That's why you say that stuff.
Yeah.
That's why you say that stuff. Love you, babe.
That's
Yeah.
oh.
Where
Well,
were we?
you know what? I
Yeah,
will
we
say,
have to get
and
trashed together in a place
Oh,
where we don't have to drive. That's my end game there.
yeah. I was gonna say, when did you leave?
Right around like 10, 20, somewhere in there, between
Mhm.
10 and 10:30.
Cause we closed that motherfucker down, dude. Did we
I
not,
want to
Mark?
hear what happened after because I heard people were cavemaning out there.
Yeah, me, Mark.
yeah, like
Well, okay,
big.
you give me your timeline because I think you have more recollection.
Well, as cavemen do, Victor dragged his woman by her hair, and it was a very surreal moment for all of us. We're like, dude, chill, bro. No, no.
She was
Um,
tired. I was like,
uh-oh.
"You're not leaving. Let's go."
Am I frozen? Is it me?
No.
Um, oh, I do.
No.
You're frozen
Oh,
on
you're
my end,
frozen, but I can
actually.
hear you.
Hey,
Yeah, I can hear
podcast.
you.
Yeah, you can. You
Oh.
sound fine, actually. It's just the video that's a little fricked. Okay. Well,
So Vic, tell us what happened while Mark
So look.
finds his way back.
yeah.
Tell us what series of events led to you cavemaning.
Well, okay.
I'm
So,
back. I mean,
oh,
was I
hey.
lagging hard? I was
Eh.
lagging
Oh.
hard, huh?
You sounded fine the whole time. You really did. But anyway, you're back. Go ahead, Mark. Jump in.
Um, what happened was we decided to go to a bar right next door. I was like, cool, there's a bar
This
like
is
it's
at
12
midnight
o'clock.
when the reception closed.
It was
For our
midnight.
LA
So,
folks, right off La Brea, it's a hot spot. This guy was. We were in a hot town. I know that as a non-midtown person.
and so we're going to the bar and we're getting our IDs checked. And I look down and next to Victor, I look down. He's in his socks.
On
I'm
the
like, what the
street, bitches.
And I'm like, what are you doing, dude? He's like, oh, my girl needed like her feet are killing her, so I took off my shoes and I gave it to her. And
Yeah.
I was like,
Sparkles in the eyes. Go Vic.
Look,
Go
I
Vic
did
for
it half
sacrificing
for
it.
her, half for you, Mark, because I wanted to be there with my boy, dude. So sometimes you gotta
One
just
shoe
do
for
that shit.
her, one shoe for Mark.
yeah,
Yeah.
it was kind of it was a beautiful thing. That I was like, dude, thank God it was like it wasn't one of those places where it's like no shirt, no shoes, no service because
I'm not wearing those heels, dude. That's a big pass.
You know what's funny? Because I got a text that said that this happened, right? And I was like, when you said that, I was like, wait, was he in the heels then? Like if she was in the shoes, and my brain literally went
It was
to
a
you
one-way
were.
trade.
Your vibes
Yeah.
were so good. I believed that you would have walked around in those heels.
I almost did, but I didn't want to break them. She likes them. I wouldn't have fitted those. I would have been a squeeze.
Wow, what a gentleman!
You know what? She was
Weddings bring out the best in
dancing.
you.
Yeah, it really does. And she was like, I'm kind of tired. And I told her, we just have to finish strong for Mark. Let's dance these last 10 minutes. This is at 11:45. I was like, let's just dance, babe. Okay.
Yeah.
We dance. I guess they kicked us out or whatever. I don't know. And then she's like, I'm kind of tired. I'm like, Nah, we have to keep going, dude. We're having fun. I was having like a million times fun. She was having fun too.
Aw.
But I think I was like up here. She was just normal time. And then I gave her my shoes. She really liked that. I will say, Manny was like, "Do you want my shoes?" And I was like, "What, bro? What, bro? No, I'm giving her my shoes." And then it
Yeah,
was just
shut the
on. It
fuck
just
up,
happened,
dude.
dude.
What is
Yeah.
that? What is that
Yeah. He's
about?
quite a gentleman. I didn't even know that was an option. I didn't know giving her
Wow.
my shoes and walking my socks was on the table. And then Manny said that, and I was like, "Oh, well, now I gotta go, dude. Now I gotta do it." So that happened. And you know what's cool is that we got to the brewery or bar or whatever it was, and the bartender's like checking our IDs. I'm already drunk, and he sees my girl. He looks down at her shoes, and he looks over at my feet. He saw me wearing socks, and he just was like, "All right, get in there, dude." Like he was so cool.
Hell yeah,
Because he
dude.
could have fucked it all up. And I said,
That's the
"Look,
real
dude,
homie.
her
He made
feet
the
hurt,
night.
bro." He could see us all wearing suits. The boys were all matching except for me. It's okay. And and I think he just knew what the energy was, and we had a good time. It was fine.
I'm sad I missed it, honestly, but I did partake in at least the early vibes, and I danced my tail
You
off,
did.
and I was sweaty. And for the record, I do think I get more sweaty than Mark, but
Really?
we'll figure that out over
I
time.
think Mark starts
I do.
earlier. You might peak higher though. Does that make sense?
That's true. That's true. It's a different ride.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think Mark is
Uh,
like more baseline. You know,
I don't know if somebody would say in my like wedding officiation that I am one of the sweatiest people, but they wouldn't say it out of respect,
right?
Yeah.
not because it's not true.
Well, that's the problem with me is like I sweat a lot.
He was already
And-
going like this when they said it.
Dude,
Yeah.
when you pulled out that little, you had the little saco or whatever it's called. I don't
Mhm.
know what it's called. That's the Spanish version. Why was I literally like, damn, I'm gonna need one of those next time I go to
Yeah.
an event like this again?
Mhm.
Because I was literally sitting there like,
I'm gonna just start carrying a chamois.
yeah,
know?
whatever that is. Sham
Sham
wow.
wow.
A car, it's for cars. You absorb and squeeze it out. Anyway.
Yeah, the sham wow. Yeah, I
Oh,
need
man.
one of those in my pocket, like a
Ah.
mini version.
Exactly.
Yeah. It was such a blast to have you guys. It was such a blast to like finally have the wedding that the Guatemalan loved.
Yeah.
And I there like I had family there too. And like my parents were there, and then I had like my aunts and my sister. And
That was
it was cool
cool.
to have them come out too. I was like, wow, like we had that. The mother and groom dance was fun because my mom is like, I get it from my mom. She's super shy. Like
Victor literally said that when you went up to dance with your mom.
Mhm.
He was like, they look the same. Look at
Yeah.
how they smile. And I was like,
Yeah. They
it's
just
true.
you can feel the. I can tell that you were from her. You know,
Yeah.
when I saw you there together.
She couldn't deny me if she tried. And yeah, but like she was like super shy, and I was like, nah, like we're gonna have to power through this for 2 minutes. I get it, mom. I'm nervous too. I don't like standing in front of people and doing these things, but I'm doing it because you're here. So I did that with my mom. It was cool. And then kind of on a side note, which is like I had like my aunts in town, and
Yeah.
when was the last time you guys have said grace before eating a meal?
No, I don't think I've ever done that.
I don't do that. I mean, I went to Catholic school, so we did that for meals and
I went
things,
to
but
Christian school, but
I
yeah,
don't-
we
I don't do it. I see somebody else do it sometimes and I go, oh my bad, and I quiet down.
Wait, did you say grace, Mark?
So no. Like this is like after like I wanted to just like crowbar this in because I thought it was funny. Is like my aunts are in town, and like they had her niece, and like was also here in LA, but they weren't like at the wedding. And we went to Din Tai Fung
Oh,
one day.
I'm dialed in.
We had a
I'm
Din
there.
Tai Fung. Some of the food came out. I was like, all right, tight. The bok choy is here. There's like the rice here. Started loading up the plate. And I was like, okay, perfect. So what do you do when you load up the plate? You get one for yourself, and then you put one in your mouth. I put the bok choy in my mouth, and it was kind of like the tentacle hanging out. And then I hear, are we saying grace? And I'm like I was like,
What?
what
Who's
do you mean?
grace?
And then all of a sudden, I hear my aunt start praying. And I'm like, there's bok choy in my mouth. And like, I can't just spit this glob of bok
Dude,
on
you
the back of the
can't.
plate.
Especially not a Din Tai Fung bok choy.
And it's also you can't just chew bok choy quietly. So I just had to sit there
Just
and
suck on it for a minute.
while we're thanking God for for the hands that made our food and for the
Praise
wedding
him.
we had and all these different things. I'm like, this is very sweet. It's a very thoughtful gesture, but I have
Yeah.
fucking bok choy in my mouth right now, dude, and this is kind of killing me. Yeah,
In the
hok
chat.
choy.
Yeah, hog choy, dude. I literally laughed immediately. That was the perfect nickname.
Yeah, that's what happened, dude. I had a hok choy.
Wait, that should be the name of the episode. Hog choy.
I like it.
That's the
Yeah.
show title.
Show title. What else you guys got? Wedding centric. I hit mine. I had my opener. Mickey and Minnie, honestly, respect. I have a selfie with them, but I'm sad I didn't get a selfie with their bodyguards. So next time, make sure you bring them back around.
I got you.
I didn't interact with them too much, but I thought it was really cute. You
I
guys
think
seemed happy. It's okay.
I think we thought Mickey was gay.
He had
I
some
thought it was a
flavor on him.
woman.
Yeah.
I don't know, maybe
He
because
did a lot of little hand waving, a little too cute.
the way that their hand was like lingering on Neil.
Mickey was a
Oh.
hugger. Did you hear that? I heard it. I heard this comment like he will hug you. I heard Mickey
Yeah.
will hug you. And then I was walking by with the queen herself and she literally got like nabbed by the neck. And I was like, what was that? And it was literally Mickey coming out of nowhere to like give her a hug. And I was like, damn, these folks really take their job seriously. And that's when I realized that it wasn't just actually like the Walk of Fame Mickey. It was like, or what is that called? Yeah, the Walk of Fame. I don't know what that's right,
Yeah.
but yeah, okay, cool. I always
Hollywood
get that.
actor Mickey.
Yeah, it was not Hollywood
Disheveled
Mickey.
Mickey.
It was real life Disney Mickey, and
Yeah.
I loved that.
Yeah.
Is that what that was?
What was that?
I
What do you
kept
mean?
wondering. They every time you hugged them, it would be like, and I was like, what is that
Oh.
noise? And I thought it was just supposed to be like a mouse sound, but apparently it's supposed to be the sound of them kissing,
Kissing
which
Not
you.
totally makes sense. Yeah, like like kisses, but it just sounds like.
That's what the sound I make to my cat.
Oh.
I didn't know that was
Oh.
a kiss sound.
I was like, Minnie, what that mouth do, girl?
Uh,
I was like,
He said, she said, "Hok choy."
I see them legs.
Disneyland characters also make that sound. Oh, dude, I haven't had
That's
a
a
pass
Disney
in
adult
so long.
pro
I
tip.
think when I did, I don't think I ever went. Like I went to only the ones that were not in the big head costumes, like the
Yeah, I'd be going up to like,
princesses or like.
princesses. Taking pictures with all the princesses.
I would-
That's what
yeah.
I do.
here I was wishing Glinda at FanFest would have done that to me.
Wait, can I tell you actually, let's tie in an old episode to your wedding.
Mhm.
We've talked on this show a couple times, no matter what rendition of the show. We've talked about animated characters that we may or may not have been attracted to or we consider physically attractive. And I brought this
Yeah.
question up because obviously Mickey and Minnie were literally here IRL at your wedding. And I asked the table, and I was like, can we just like if you had to say like the hottest male Disney character, and literally they said Shang. And I remember I was like, I said Shang to you guys when
says
we talked about
Shang?
it.
The person
The
sitting right
party.
next to you or everybody?
There were two. There were to the right and across.
I just don't know.
There
about
were
that.
two.
That-
There
yeah,
were two.
okay.
But Shang was said, and I was like, the way when I said Shang, that these two idiots had no idea who I was talking about. I was like, they literally were like, who? And I was like, Mulan. But like the girls know Shang by name. And I needed to bring that back for you guys.
I thought I knew who Shang was because Shang was the one who tried to do Mulan before he knew Mulan was a she.
Yeah, you did. You figured it out. You were like, wait, is it Mulan? And I was like, yeah. But like,
Yeah.
it should be like
I
Mulan.
thought you meant
duh.
Shang-Chi and the 10 Rings.
I
Yeah.
don't even know what that is. What's the 10 ring?
He's
What?
a Marvel.
He's,
He's a
an
Marvel
Asian
superhero.
Marvel hero. He's a big deal.
In my defense, I don't marvel. It's not an Asian thing.
Okay, well. That's fine.
I'm like, let's make that very clear. I don't
like,
marble.
I don't Asian. I mean Marvel.
No, I do.
Yeah.
Shang, remember?
I do. No, yeah. I'm glad people aligned with you on that because like sometimes you feel like you're on an island yourself. I'm like,
Yeah.
come on, am I the only one who sees this? And it drives me nuts.
That
when I'm
does
like,
suck.
yeah, and I'm like, am I crazy for thinking this person is hot? So I'm glad that you feel justified in that.
I do. And I'm glad that you said that. Wow, double win for me. Should I ride Vic's high vibes? Like, am I now on the up and up?
Take it. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
all good.
You can get in a carpool lane with 2 people in there. Just make it happen. Did I cry? I got emotional, and I like the sweat and the tears mixed, and like like, it was there. I wasn't ugly sobbing crying. Ugly sobbing crying. Victor saw that in New Orleans twice.
Yeah. Dude, he cried fucking hard, man.
Hard, dude.
You cried
Yeah,
harder
I
at The Bachelor because it was like fresh.
I was just like fucking.
Dude, he lost his shit.
lost
He was
his shit.
crying.
I was
It
like,
really sweet, though.
yeah, I was like an old black grandma burying her kid, yelling, "Please don't take my baby! Like bury me instead!" I'm crying, yelling.
But what are you
This-
crying about?
In the rain. In the rain
the
was made
rain.
it more epic.
I
In a
remember,
suit.
yeah, the mood was right. But like, what are
Yeah.
you crying about when one cries like that?
Okay, like I should take a moment to pause and say I wanted to shout out my best man Javi. I'm gonna say that right now.
Javi
Hopefully, because he was like I was thanking him in the rain, hugging him, and I was crying drunk. I was obliterated drunk, dude. Like I was like just shit faced. And I was saying thank you, and like like our friend passed away, and I was like you like dude, like you're that dude, and I'm just screaming, crying. Like it was like the rain was hitting it, so the tears washed away, and
on like Bourbon Street.
on Bourbon
Dude.
Street.
Literally.
I wish I had that footage and I would mute your sound and play Hillary Duff Come Clean over it.
I mean, honestly, I'm
I
surprised.
couldn't even record. It felt wrong.
I'm
Yeah,
surprised.
dude, you can't.
I'm surprised that didn't go viral. Like in the grand scheme of things, like I'm in the middle of fucking Bourbon Street, sobbing, and there was no video of this. And if there is, it's not viral. I was like, I would have gladly like taken that crown. I'm like, yeah, that was me. Like I would totally be proud of that video, embarrassed kind of, but proud. But like,
I feel like as your friends, it would have been douchey to record you though, because you were like
Mhm.
feeling
No.
so happy and you were crying and vulnerable, and just be
Yeah.
like, "Look at Mark, he's crying," and be like, "Dude, fuck you, man, get out of here." Like I didn't
Nope.
feel an angle that I could have done, to do that.
No, it either had
I
to
love
be a
to record.
spontaneous stranger or,
Yeah.
A stranger.
as said in the chat,
yeah.
it has to live in your hearts.
yeah, no, but like there was no stranger to record that. Is what I was trying to get to. Was like,
Damn.
that's weird, right? Like I feel like that would have happened, but it didn't happen.
I'll record you throwing up. I will not record
yeah.
you crying out of
Okay.
respect.
Thank you.
Yes, I did get an image of you leaning over, taking care of some
Yeah.
action there,
Yeah.
but
There's
definitely
a
not
couple of
crying.
those.
But I wanted to say thank you to Javi for being the best man. Took care of everything from New Orleans to the big day. He showed up and showed out for me,
Yeah.
and I was really proud of him. Like that speech that he gave. Like it was really cool because like there's a million stories you could have told, but there was that one moment where like we missed a flight to New York because we're sitting in a bar talking shit at the airport bar. And like all of a sudden we look at the departure is 11:30 p.m. We had the red eye, like so 11:30. We sat down at the bar at 10:30. We're like, oh, we can go board the plane later. And all of a sudden it was like 11:30. I'm like, let's go board the plane. It's like, no, dickhead, the 11:30 was the takeoff time, so we missed the flight completely. And one of my favorite things about this was we're like, well, what are we gonna do? Our shit was on that plane. Like we checked things in.
Oh.
So it's like we had some check-ins, and so we go to the person working the table, and the person in front of us was some guy yelling at the employee, ripping into her, like calling her a bitch. Like, what am I supposed to do? And we're like, oh, this is not looking good, dude.
Not
So
cool.
he leaves. He leaves, and we tell the girl, I'm like, hey, like I know this is stupid, but like we missed our flight, and we were here, and we just totally lost track of time. What can we do? And she's like, well, honestly, it's the red eye, so we can like, because she told us guy to fuck off in the customer service voice, like, nah, okay, whatever you're gonna do. She was like, well, we can put you on the next flight. It's the next flight, and it's in an hour. So we made that
Oh
time.
yeah.
So that was a really cool moment. That was a very iconic moment for me and my dude. And then I do want to shout out to the Guatemalan sister for giving a great speech in her own right. I mean,
Very good. Yeah.
it.
Can we
Yes,
shout out her shout out?
yeah. It was because here's the thing. It's great that you talked about your sister. That's awesome. The Guatemalan is pretty cool. But the fact that you mentioned To Live and Talk in LA, which you can find at Apple Podcast, Spotify, or however you get your podcast, was
We
such a
went
big
fucking
hit.
crazy, dude. The two of
Yeah.
us. Like, oh, that's us. Nice.
Can I just
Well
say,
done.
actually, it wasn't just the two of us. Like the real thing that
true.
the reason that I didn't even introduce myself to anyone because I don't just do that. Although sometimes I do that. In this case, I wouldn't have just done that, but it's because I felt welcomed. Like they all knew that I was your friend and co-host and that, I was part of like your crew and the same for Vic. And when she mentioned to live and talk in LA, like everybody I think went wild. It wasn't just us. There was like at least half of the audience that was like, yeah. And that was pretty epic. Like
Yeah.
that made me feel special, even though it was your day, just to
Mhm.
make it all about me as per usual. But yeah, that's what that
Yeah.
was something I took away.
I was so happy. I feel like it was my wedding, dude. It was great. Yeah.
That's amazing.
Yeah. I mean, we could open up the floor of like, does anyone object to this wedding? You should have been like, I do for the podcast material, and then you would have made it a whole
For the
thing.
storyline. Yeah.
I didn't even hear that line, but
You didn't
respect.
give us a
actually.
chance. It's bullshit.
I think that's I don't. I guess here's the thing: do they do that in weddings anymore? Because I've been to weddings and I've never heard that. So like,
What the fuck kind of stuff? Who would say that though? Like, why would you even say that if you're at a wedding? Like, why would you even give people the chance to object? I'd be looking at them like, what are you doing, dude? We're supposed to do our vows right now. Are you giving some like old like her exes a chance to fucking say their piece? Like, I hired you to be here.
Yeah.
Do you know what I would have
None of
done
that.
if your officiant would have dropped that line? Do you know what I would have said?
What?
I would have stood up and started singing "Bye Bye Bye."
Yeah, see, this is the type of shit you invite when you say that, dude.
I would have started singing "Bye Bye Bye" to throw it back to Mark getting dissed in middle school on the record,
I literally would have cried
just to shake him a little bit. But we would have gone on.
just to bring him down a notch.
No, I know. Well,
Well, hey, overall, 10 out of 10, dude.
I think so. Again, who deserves the lion's share of the praise? Me,
Probably Mickey.
because I have the microphone. No, it was the Guatemalan. She did it.
Yeah.
Did I do like you said? Yeah, you did a good job, baby.
She did.
She
I'm
did.
proud. That was fun. It was well executed. I think kudos. Another one in 10 years. Renew your vows,
For
bring us
somebody
all
else?
in.
Yeah.
No! My God. No.
No, I
you
meant
didn't
for
want-
somebody else, not with somebody else, like one of us
I was
or a
like,
friend or something. I would never say that.
10 years? Oh my
Guatemala's gonna
God.
kill me.
Yeah, literally, I'm
Yeah.
like, what, bitch?
Like, how dare you?
Oh, so you've been wedded, but you guys are like fully ceremony.
She sent me a bunch of fucking golf ball emojis. I don't know what that means, but I'm scared. You guys see that?
They're not golf balls,
I don't
dude.
know
They're
what those
hearts.
are.
They're hand hearts.
What?
She's going like this.
Not to me. It's just a bunch of like white balls to me.
No, that means
Oh, is that your Microsoft, dude? No, she's sending you hand hearts.
Microsoft. Oh, okay, that's nice. I don't know what that meant. I was like, dude, those white balls are ominous. Okay, that must be. I don't have the emoji pack she's using or something. Okay. I was like, dude,
That's
she's
funny.
gonna fuck me up, dude.
Isn't that's the fucking worst, right? Like you get an image like through a GIF, but like it doesn't load on your phone, and it's just like, what is this that you're
You
trying to
just
send
get
me?
that like square with a question mark in it. Like, what the
Yeah.
hell?
This is the reason why
what's
we moved to
happening?
Discord. We stopped cross-devicing, cross-pollinating.
Yeah, it wasn't working.
It's very ominous to get white balls.
Yeah, they're like half white balls. I don't know what that are. Like moons. I don't know what that means. Anyway.
So what's
Wow.
next,
Hmm?
Mark? Like what your adventures of Mark continue? You had your Achilles situation. Now we had our wedding season. What's next?
I'm chilling until like the next big plan is for us to go to Tokyo. That's gonna be down the
right.
road, so TBD. Like right now, I can kind of chill out for a bit, and I can really worry about. My big goal is trying to run in the summer. I want to run, so I'm making that a thing. I'm gonna do more stand up.
Okay, somebody was
So,
asking in the chat if you did stand up at the wedding. That would have been interesting.
yeah, like move over, Guatemalan. It's my time. It's time to do a tight 7 minutes right here.
Are you gonna go to
Uh,
Tokyo Disney?
yeah.
Did you read the invitation?
No. What did it say? Is it Tokyo Disney?
Dude, you should message the Guatemalan and ask her what's the plan, dude.
I just figured, but I don't remember that part. Whoops.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
the thing.
donations were being accepted for their Tokyo Disney trip as the
Oh, I thought it
Disney
was just
announced.
Tokyo. I didn't see the Disney part. I knew they were going to Tokyo.
Yeah, Tokyo Disney.
They have a Studio Ghibli museum in Tokyo too. Check it out.
hmm
It's pretty
Although I
cool.
heard you have to get reservations far in advance because I was gonna go and I was late.
Okay, here's a question. If I go to Japan, is it expected for me to buy used panties from a vending machine?
100%.
Nah,
I mean, no,
I vote
Oh,
no.
you don't have to.
Is it 100% expected? I'm gonna say no because what's in there, dude? What if it's stinky?
What,
Yeah.
Ooh. And how long
do
has
you
it been sitting
mean?
there, Vic? Not good. Very
The
bad
longer the
stinky.
better, dude. It's like a
Yeah.
bottle of wine. I should throw up. I'm just kidding. I would never.
Vic is going to be blacklisted from ever going to Japan.
Yeah,
But they- I mean, but
Tokyo
like-
just got taken off our list. That's okay.
Yeah,
but
never.
they sell it there. Like it's like you come to LA and you don't go to In-N-Out. Did you really LA?
Yeah,
I
what
want
the
to see
fuck are you doing?
I want to go see a square watermelon and
Where
maybe
did you
buy.
get these used undies?
Okay, we can do it this way. We can go to Tokyo Disney. I can buy Minnie's used panties.
There you go. Now you're cross collaborating. That's good.
Dude, I
Mhm.
like where you're at. But isn't it usually a vending machine type situation?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Important question in the chat. What is the source? Who's used?
I'm sure it
garments?
comes with like a little sticker or something.
A little certification. Like this was used by this person. It's a little card.
Yeah, Sakura from up the street.
Mm-hmm.
Vending machines. They
I
got
don't
vending
like-
machines for everything out there. That's all. That's
Yeah.
the point.
I mean, yeah. How do you source these goods? Right. I don't know how you actually do it. How do you verify the source? Is it guilt free?
I think that like everything
don't
in
know.
Japan is like rigorously organized and planned. So I'm sure they've got some kind of cert in there or like a pedigree of some sort. You know, you could probably take
Mhm.
it to like some dude to grade them. You know.
I guess it's gone through quite like death and resurgence and death or something. I don't know. I'm reading a quick article.
Oh, they're dead people underwear.
No,
That
like
could be good or bad. I don't
the
know.
machines themselves, I
Oh.
should say, like aren't really like they go in and out of fashion.
Crazy Japan vending machines. Here we go. I'm googling it. All right.
They don't have the source on here.
Bananas. That's kind of weak.
But I will say that part of this article states that there are not so many vending machines, but there are stores that will sell used versions of these, but they are specifically of schoolgirls. So I'm going to say that I don't love that.
Yeah,
But the
I'm
do
not into
think
that.
that the thing that you do need to do when you go to Japan, that's the criteria of whether or not you went there,
Mhm.
is at least 2 to 5 meals from Japanese 7-Eleven.
Mhm.
That's fact.
Like at night when you're getting back, you grab a little
Yeah,
something.
like-
They
Actually,
have good
that's a
stuff.
good
Yes.
thought. What if
when
I
you
tr-
arrive, if you don't do that, you didn't go.
You know how in the NBA and in soccer, like when players are kind of on their farewell tour, they start trading jerseys with each other. What if I traded my holy underwear for like one of their underwear? Is that then, Evelyn, is the ick removed if we trade underwear?
I will accept it if it's with a man.
I don't know.
Nah, that's a bum
Mhm.
deal, dude. I don't think you want to do that. Those underwear are lucky. Those underwear that he's wearing
Because
with the
who,
holes in them.
what
have
fucking woman
properties.
is gonna want those holy ass? No.
Oh, you American?
And then
Yeah,
you're
okay.
getting more than they're getting. It has to be. I like allow it if you know what? I'll allow any underwear usage if it's a man. Go ahead, not a boy.
What
a
do you
man.
want that for, though? Nobody wants that.
What do I want with used women's underwear?
I don't know, but there's definitely better than used men's underwear. They're objectively better than used men underwear. Look, not that I'm some used underwear collector. I don't buy this shit. I don't care. I'm just
I
saying
feel
it's
like we're
very
gonna
easy.
find some weird Reddit threads with Victor's name on it.
I don't even
I'm
post
just kidding.
anything, dude. I don't even post. I'm a lurker. I be
We
lurking.
love a lurker, dude. You gotta lurk.
I be
Gotta
lurking.
It's I don't know. Like, I just feel like it's just better to receive women's underwear than trading with a guy. Like it
Yeah.
just doesn't work out that way. It's like going to a male strip club. It's not really that great.
It's awful.
It's
It's
I'm
like
not a strip
naked
club
women
person
versus
to give the
naked
opinion
dudes.
here,
Everybody
but
knows.
I
Go.
would go. I'd go to a male strip club.
I
I
would
don't even
go
think
too.
you would like it.
Yeah, I don't think you like it. I think
It's
you.
my personality. It's not the strip club that's the problem.
I think you'd have a better time at a women's strip club than you would at a guy strip club.
They're
My
fun.
jaw cracked when you said that. It was,
They are fun, dude.
They're yeah.
That doesn't have to be weird.
Yeah, because like the girls are like more like because they can be flirty and fun and like more welcoming. Like dudes, like male. I've been to like the Abbey and WeHo,
Mhm.
and they're just juiced up and horny, and they're just like swinging it around. And it's
Yeah.
like, dude, that might get in my eye.
Different
bro.
They're
Like,
vibes.
slinging dong
yeah,
out there, dude.
yeah.
The women, they talk to you.
They're
Yeah.
performers.
It's just more
They are. They're
elegance
committed.
to it, I think. Yeah.
Yeah, and here,
Depends
okay.
on the place.
This is a really important thing to differentiate too. Like with women, like they can be like coy and shy and like playful, and it's like very flirty. Dudes only have one. Like dudes aren't a dimmer
One lane.
switch.
Yeah.
They like women can turn up the dial. Like dudes, it's
Yes.
an on and off switch. It's like it's off or my dong is in your face. Let's do it. I think there's a difference there. Like with guys, so like I think women will have like I think you'd have more fun at a women's strip club. Is what I'm trying to say.
I don't disagree because I've seen videos where it's like some dude brings like the girl on from the stage, right? And then he's just like really aggressively like jackhammering fake humping her. And I'm
Yeah.
just like, ugh, like who
I
needs
don't- I
that
don't know if
like
anybody likes that.
around?
Yeah.
Meanwhile, there is this elegance to just being around beautiful
Yeah,
women.
just
And I know we've
spinning
talked about this
around and-
before where it's like women are just better to look at. Like
They
they're
are.
nice around the eyes, like just on average,
You're
in our
right.
opinion, as a collective.
They look prettier
Um,
too. They wear cool stuff. Like they show out.
And I followed those girls on, or not follow them, but I see their stuff, their content on
Mhm.
TikTok, and they slay and they commit to their bit and they get their bag. Like they commit and they get the results. So I mean, I respect the craft. I do.
Women are better dirty talkers too than guys, for sure.
Is that because generally guys are more stupid?
Guys are more stupid, and it's like Sabrina Carpenter. I keep going back to her. Like her songs are filthy, bro. Like they are like filthy.
Is she writing them?
I think she's a part. Like she has a hand in it. Like she has to. I don't. Would I say she writes 100% of the lyrics? I don't think so. But I think she's like she contributes, and that shit is filthy, dude. And it's better because the guys, it's like. What do we hear in rap songs? Like I'm gonna slap that ass and like like go ahead and back that ass up and like then you have like things like Snoop Dogg like talking about like and she
Being
would lick
high
my
and
balls and like
whatever,
all these things. Sabrina
Kendrick
Carpenter
said, "Show me something real, like ass with some stretch marks."
yeah,
He's right
That-
too.
Yeah,
right.
he is right,
but
He's
that's also
right.
the
but it's
exception.
also rare.
But that's the exception, not the rule.
Mhm, mhm.
Like with women, like if you listen to like just girl pop songs, like that gets a little like risque. It's like that shit's it's dirty and it's hot. Sabrina Carpenter.
I get
Ariana
really
Grande,
curious
Madonna.
about her though, and Ariana Grande for that matter, because I do think Ariana writes a lot of her stuff. Or I don't know if this is all just like me
I don't
theorizing,
know about
but
any of this. Yeah.
with Sabrina, when I hear the dirty talk, I'm like, who wrote this for her? Like somebody else like she had this
She
one
needs a
line and then somebody
scandal.
built the rest.
She needs a scandal to get more street cred. She's too soft right now.
They already scandalized her. She
Oh,
was
what?
cheated on.
Oh, that's not a
By this
scandal.
dean.
She needs to cheat on somebody or be caught doing drugs or something, and then we'll all take her more seriously. Or like
She's getting
DUI
closer
or
with
something.
Met Gala. She's not there yet.
She's
I
too
don't love a
thick for me to
DUI for her
care.
because of the ex Disney.
Hmm.
She's too thick for me to care. Really thick. Sabrina?
Is she? I don't. Am I seeing the wrong person?
She writes and co-writes
Thick
all her
compared to
songs.
Ariana Grande or thick?
Huh.
I know. Let's answer this question too before we go into
I
pillow
saw
talk.
Huh.
Do guys enjoy getting women's underwear more, and why? It's not like they're going to wear it, or do they?
I already answered in the chat.
Oh, did you say I missed that? Did you say
I said
Yes.
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 Okay, no. Let's dig in. Let's dig in. That's
Okay.
fine.
you're not wearing it?
No,
You're
I'm not
No.
wearing it.
Or
That's
you
weird.
they sniff it, not you
I don't
particularly,
know.
the third party male that is neither you two.
You could. Someone could if they were. I don't
would
know.
would a theoretical man be sniffing these things, or just
Probably.
like doing the dirty
No,
deed like they would with a sock?
you sniff test to see if this is legit used. Like that, like
Yeah.
there is a smell test for that.
I really hope my
Mhm.
girlfriend's aunt that I just met yesterday is not here. She asked for the link, and I told her maybe not. I said,
Okay,
I
but
just
hey-
talk a lot.
Yeah.
Somebody asked me for the link
Arzu, if
today,
you're
and
here,
I
I'm
said,
sorry.
it's not appropriate all the time. Keep that in mind.
We were doing pretty good today, but you know,
We did. But like, I
so
mean,
we're
ask
getting
a
into pillow
question.
time.
Are you?
Leave it
Are
to
we?
the mat. No, I'm just
Are
kidding.
we gonna wear it?
No, me, no.
No. You wear it over your head?
Like
Okay,
I was
like,
gonna say,
okay,
you wear it as a hat. That
okay,
is the only
let's-
viable option.
This is a circle of trust, so we can all play in this. Ian, you can play this for your dude. Have you, and then you pretend it's you as a guy, worn your partner's bra over your head? Like, no, Victor, you haven't done that.
I've worn her
Like,
underwear on
t-shirt?
my head, 100%. Yeah,
Yeah,
I'm
see,
that's
like,
just
trying
what
to
I do
act
with
like-
them. If I find them, I just put them on my head. I don't know why. It feels normal.
it's funny.
And
That
then I
is
run
such
through
a
the run through the
fucking
kitchen.
Dude
Ah.
thing
Yeah.
to say. Sometimes I need like a code word or something. There are some times where you guys just have like a really dude moment, and I feel like my only contribution should be, yeah.
But say like, but you on
I
the
feel
other
like
end,
Batman.
yeah, Mr. Worldwide
a
has gotten your
luchador.
like your bra and put it on your head and thought it was
Certainly,
funny.
he's put your underwear on his head. Can we get him on? Can you ask him? Is he running right now, or is he there? Tell him to run over to the laptop or
He
computer.
shook his head.
No fucking way, dude. Really?
I
don't
That's
think-
interesting. I thought that was
No.
universal.
We also don't share laundry though, so maybe that's like a component
oh, I
there.
don't share. No.
You said you just find them around where you know what?
I follow
I
her
think
around.
that's a good place to end.
I'm a man.
Stay for pillow talk to hear more.
Okay, yeah, true. Let's wrap up here and then we can dig in a little more because I need to finish this thought.
Yeah, actually, before we log out, I will say he has worn my pants, not my underpants,
Not the same. Interesting.
but
though.
my
Okay.
pants. Which, when we talk about your women's loungewear, I mean, you
Yes.
guys are all in the same field.
I think that's worse.
That's a
saying.
good place to
Yeah.
end.
All right, guys. Well, who wants to take us out today?
Mark,
Or
why don't
should
you
I-
take us out? You never take us
Yeah,
out.
oh
Dude.
my God,
You've
switch it
never
up.
done it before.
All right. Well, hey, you know where to find us. To Live and Talk in LA. You can find us Apple Podcast, Spotify, or however you hear podcast. If you enjoyed us in the stream today, we stream live weekly on Wednesdays at 7:30, and find us on Instagram, on TikTok, and I think also on Twitter, former Twitter, To Live and Talk in LA. Email us also at toliveandtalkinla@gmail.com and be the fourth person in the show, just like the chat. And we'll see you next week. Peace.
Those horns.
I like the outro. That's nice. That's good.
It's kind of lit. Pillow Talk is up here, guys.
Here we go.
What you got? What you got on Pillow Talk?
Well, we were talking about underwear. So here's the thing. If I see,
Yeah, we can continue.
If I think there's any chance of underwear or clothing being taken off, I'm around, dude. I don't know about you, Mark. I'm like looking. I'm like that emoji, like that little gif where he's looking for behind the bush. Sometimes my girl, she'll get home, she always
It's like
changes
when-
her PJs. I'm like,
Yeah.
It's like the unclasping of the bra. Victor's like manifest.
I'm like
Yeah.
looking over the fence. Huh? It's just one
Yeah.
eye, and I see stuff. I'm like, oh, okay. If it just happens around me, we get together in the same room every morning. We get dressed and stuff.
yeah.
I just find shit. It's like like you're playing a game. You find treasure on the ground or whatever. It's like, oh, cool. It's a hat.
Yeah.
That's
I-
it.
I-
It's easy.
I'm gonna let you guys have that one. I
That's
get
fine.
it. I understand it, but I don't need it. But maybe I will adopt it.
Maybe
Like
you
I
should
tried
try.
I tried doing the teeth chatter thing that you do when you're in the car, when you're like when the
I
cars
do
drive
it
by
every
and
day,
you
and I
clench
think
your
about you
teeth.
guys. Yeah.
I tried it. I remembered one time and I was like, oh, I should try it. And then I was like, dude, that was a lot of fucking clicking.
It's
Like
not even
you're
just
doing a
cars.
lot.
I do it for the little bumpers on the road. If there's no cars around, I'll do that. I'll do it for fucking trees, dude. If I'm just anything I'm seeing, I'm clocking it with my teeth. It's a problem.
Yeah, I wasn't a fan, but I did try
Mm.
it.
I stopped
So
biting my nails though, so now I have to do something with my mouth.
You
That's
know what's
yeah,
a
the
fun?
chatter.
You know what's a fun game
Hmm.
if you're driving on in the road or the freeway for a while, is the car that's in front of you. If it starts signaling and changing lanes, following them along too, and seeing how long you can stay behind them. That's a good one.
I don't like that one for me, but I like that one for you.
I love that journey for you.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I love that journey for you.
it's just it's a good game because like you know when you watch TV shows and there's always that person that is able to follow everybody and like
Doesn't
they
make
keep
any
like
sense.
they make
Yeah.
a 3 car like there's a 3 car distance and they're always following someone and we've accepted the fact that this person is able to follow people and they don't see him. But when this person gets followed, immediately fucking flags it. It's like, no, I'm being followed. It's like, how do you know this, dude? Like, do you have a Jedi sixth sense? I don't like that. They do all the time.
Do you pay attention if that stuff happens? Like, do you
No,
ever notice?
Not like on
I
the
wouldn't.
freeway, but if I'm like driving local, I think I would.
I think I do. Like, yeah, I agree. Not on a freeway unless I'm in like traffic, like
Depends,
bumper to
yeah,
bumper.
how
But then I
busy.
use them as like, oh, let's see if I can like if my lane goes faster. So I just like track them to see where they're at.
Mhm.
But
That only
that's
leads to anger, though. Let me tell you, as somebody who pays attention to traffic, that'll only make it worse. Don't even
Mhm.
pay attention to the cars around. I don't even want to know who's near me. I take my sweet time in the morning now. Me and you know who, we leave at the same time every day, and we go the same direction. She just goes a little further than I do,
Mhm.
and I notice like I'll just like sit and I'll just wait for the whatever, and she'll like hook around and go to a different lane and do this. But you know what?
you're
I
like,
ended
I'm
up
on my own
leaving.
journey.
I let her into the freeway lane today because she was stuck. She was stuck out of the lane, and I took my time. And I saw her. I'm like, girl, you see? And then when we were switching from the 10 to the 405, I passed by her. I'm like, you
But
see, dude? You
that's the
see?
approach that I take when I look at these other cars though. I'm like, let's see if my lane is going to go faster, but I don't use it as like a, okay, then I need to switch. I use it as a damn, mine is going slower. That must mean some shit.
Damn, I have some bad luck.
Unless
Yeah.
yeah, or like if I got in the fast lane, maybe I'm gonna get fender bendered by some fuck. But I don't know. Those are just my theories at least.
Interesting.
Mhm. The Guatemalan gets pissed like if I sit in that lane too long. She's like, don't
I
you see
just,
the other lanes are going fast? I'm like, eventually things start to
as
even
soon
out.
as you switch, it
Yeah.
just gets worse. It's
Gets
like,
even out.
because everybody does the
Mhm.
same thing. There's no
There is a
winning.
limit though, because sometimes in LA traffic, there is that one lane where there's like that person that drives with like 3 cars ahead of them and they go like way slower than the rest of traffic because they're nervy or something. That happens sometimes.
That's me because I
Mhm.
just don't care, dude. I'm like, whatever. I'm going to get there.
I'll get there when
I
I
got
get
a
there.
nice little gap. Yeah.
That's why I stopped listening to like I had before like I would just hit the destination of like if I'm going to work because I used to work on the west side coming from
Mhm.
Glendale and it was about an hour and a half one way and one time it's like hey save 6 minutes if you go this way. I'm like this sounds pretty cool and it's having me go through Dead Man's Valley like up in the fucking mountains and like the hills where there's no
Ridiculous.
rails and it's like I saved 5 minutes but if the reward is I get to work 5 minutes early.
And your
If I
chance of dying is 10 times higher.
10 times
Yeah.
higher, and I'm like, this wasn't it, dude. So like, I have to like be careful. So I'm like, I'd rather just sit in traffic than just have to worry about saving 5 minutes.
Yeah, I listen to something, you know, I
Yeah.
pick my nose or whatever. Like, I just keep busy. It's fine. Like, it's whatever.
You know what I have noticed is this new vehicle of mine is a brighter blue color.
Mm-hmm.
I find that like I keep seeing people like staring at me. I'm like, why the fuck are people staring at me? But then I realize they actually are doing the thing where they are looking at my car, and then you know when you're like, oh, like I wonder who's driving that car. Everybody does this. You see a car and you're like, who's driving it? And they pull up and I keep catching people in the who's driving it part. And I'm like, did I cut somebody off? Like, did I do something? Because they're giving me like this. It's never like they don't look at you and smile. Like they're like, who the fuck is in that car? They're all like, and they look almost mad, but they're probably just inquisitive. But I'm just like, it makes me feel. I need to tint my front windows. That's my next move.
keep saying I'm gonna do that, and I just never did, and now I'm used to it.
That's because
You can't tint him that dark. It's not gonna change anything. It's just a little bit.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
hope so, but
They just
I look at people in their cars, and I feel like I have resting bitch face, so I always look mad.
well,
Mm.
that's why I tried not to take it to offense because I was like, what would I do if I saw my car? I'd probably go, who's driving it? And I'd probably not be smiling, so I'd probably look all angry, but it feels weird. Like I all of a sudden like people are looking at me in like 1 week and I'm like, why are they looking at me? And it's very bizarre.
You know what I want to shake and I want to stop doing is that, like I'm kind of daydreaming, looking around at other cars, and all of a sudden the person in the other car looks at me and I go, oh, I look away.
No, I just keep
I,
looking.
I
just keep
want to
looking.
keep looking
I,
too.
I,
Me
I just
too.
I just want to assert dominance and be like, I am looking at your direction, and I'm not gonna stop looking because you just looked at me.
Yeah, it is.
And
It seems natural to go away.
it's
But
a
why?
muscle I need to build.
Yeah,
I think I also need to build that muscle
Mhm.
because I
let's
had
all
the
do
same
it.
thought process. We should try.
Can we
See
commit? Like,
who's- yeah.
yeah, hashtag assert dominance. I'm pretty sure like that's probably like not the best hashtag, but
I
we'll
like
work it
it.
out. Yeah, it's like I'm just gonna stare at you, and if you look at me, I'm
Now
here,
we're
buddy.
looking at each other,
I'm
dude. What's
here.
up? Yeah.
Yeah, and who's gonna break? It's kind of like the handshake.
Important distinction too. I don't want to smile. I see that in chat. Smile at people warmly. I want to just. I don't. As a female or woman, whatever we want to call it.
You gotta stop
Um,
that, dude.
my bad, dude. As a woman, um, yeah, I don't want to like. I default smile. You know what I mean? Like I nervous, like like
I
my
do the
face is
white
like
people smile.
stuck. I don't even want that. I want Stone Cold Steve Austin. Is that right? Cold
Yeah.
Stone. Cold Stone would be nice too.
Cold Stone Steve
Um,
Autism.
Cold Stone Steve Austin, the merger you never thought you'd, or the cross collaboration you never
Boom.
thought you'd have. Um, yeah, I don't know. That's my next move. I think.
Mhm. Do you purposely close the elevator doors when people try to get
Yes.
100%.
in? You do.
Yep. Well,
Yeah.
if they're trying to get in, yeah, I typically and I'm like, oh, I don't know. It does. I look at them instead of pushing the button. Just
If
Yeah.
they can see me, I won't do it because
oh, that's
I'll
when it's
feel
more
bad.
fun.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Or I pretend that I haven't seen like I see them coming behind me, but I don't have like enough of a lead and I get in and then like I just close it the second I get in and I come in
Yeah.
and then like they're like, and I go, I don't stick my hand into the door. I just go, oh no. The
Yeah.
kind of the shenanigan you just
They got to
did.
be on my ass for me to be like, oh yeah, for sure. Like, I could be looking at them walking from their car, and I'm like,
Mhm.
there's other elevators, dude. Like, sorry, there's 3. This one's mine.
Yeah. I like well, and the other side of that, it's like I love holding the door for people when they're far enough away
You're
that they have
sick,
to do
dude.
the they do they put their hand up. Oh, thank you. And then they do the little shuffle to go faster. And like I always do that to see like if they're going to run.
Some chick did that to me in my building, and I jogged, and she's like, you don't have to jog. I'm like, fuck you. You're holding the door for like so far. Like, why didn't you leave
She
me
played
behind?
you.
Yeah.
She did it on purpose, just like Merc.
Go on without me. I don't care. I have
Because,
keys.
like, because what happens is like this is always the reaction. It's like you'll see someone, you're like, oh, okay, and then you just start doing the
The fast walk, but not that fast.
You start to do the cartoon walk where your feet just start like running in place, and then you go. Yeah.
I think we talked about this once in regards to when people hold the door open for you. Did we talk about this once
think
when
we're-
people and you have to like sprint because you're too far out, or like if you're
Same
holding the
idea.
door for other people and they're kind of like, when do you go in versus like hang there and wait for, and then they do the speed up.
Yeah.
I love when I see someone holding a door open for people, and there's a fuckload of people.
Yeah.
And I'll keep the chain going or slow down so that he has to hold the door for like ever. And I walk through fucking laughing. That is the best thing in the world. When some asshole is holding the door open for like 20 people is the best, dude.
I respect that you guys are agents of chaos, and I
love it.
wish that I had that audacity, but I can't bring myself to do stuff like that.
Wait,
But I
when-
love it for you. I do.
When
It's fun.
when is it okay to break away then? So like for example, like you like all 3 of us, and then we bring our partners to go eat somewhere. I open the door and I let everybody in. I see a different party walking up. do I have the agency to go in by myself and then and say I'm done opening the door?
Yeah.
Or do
Are
I
you
hold the
me
door for
or are
people?
you? Because I'm
No,
gone. Yeah,
you're gone.
yeah. I don't want to hold
I
it for
think
them.
it depends on who the person is behind you. For example, if it's like a 90-year-old woman with a cane,
Yeah.
Make her
you
run, right?
got you
Yeah.
gotta
Are they
close the door
old?
on
I
her.
will hold it.
Yeah.
You gotta shove it. You even hold it back so that
If
she
they're
has to pull
kids,
it.
you close the door. If they're normal age, you close the door. If they're old, you have to hold it.
Yeah, I think if they're kids or like ladies, it's a nice gentleman.
Mhm.
Women, it's a nice gentlemanly thing to do, you know? But I
Maybe for
think
females, yeah.
once yeah, for females, for the chicks.
She's like, dude, it's fine.
How many durable ways can we say it? The chicks? I know we loved that one. Yeah, I don't know. I think once it's your party, you're good to go. Like your responsibility has been taken care of, unless, barring these weird circumstances.
Because
You could
there
get
was a
stuck
weird
though.
there's a weird moment where let's say there's a line, then all of a sudden this rogue party is in between. I just let them in. Now I have to fucking go around them. It's this whole thing of like the song and dance.
It's up to one of the guys in the group to be like, "Nah, you're good, bro," and hold the
Mhm.
door like this.
I'm glad that you
But
did
I
that.
don't do that. I'm like, "Peace, you're an idiot."
Mhm.
It doesn't
Right?
even
Because
have to
I'm
be
going
the
to hell.
guy you're looking for when you're stuck, because there are moments where you're like, oh God, now they're just like rushing and it's like a full
Now I'm the
throttle stream.
doorman. Yeah.
There is always the person that's gonna feel bad that you've been holding it, because you don't hold it as wide anymore, right? You kind of start letting it go. And there's always that person that puts their hand on it, because now the door is gonna like kind of run it. And the second they put their hand out, you let go.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
let go. And then when that transition happens, it moves on to the next
Yeah, it
party.
has
But
to
you
be a
do kind of have
flow.
to go around the line a little bit.
Mhm. Yeah. I think about these things all the time because I happened to me yesterday. Like I opened the door and then all of a sudden these two ladies in strollers were coming. I'm like, okay, cool. Now I let them in. Now I have to walk
Ladies with
around them.
Strollers?
And I'm like,
No. dude.
I
See,
know.
that's one of those circumstances where it's like, dude, how do they like
Mhm.
reach the door and
Now
push
they're
the
taking
stroller?
my
Like,
elevator because there's not enough space for the three of us, dude.
Mm.
Two women with
honestly,
strollers? No.
when that happens, slay. I go, you know what? Why don't you guys take it? And then I get the next elevator alone.
I'm too petty for all of this, dude. No way.
Yeah.
No
Yeah.
way.
Oh my God, graph picture. When a tall person holds the bathroom door for you and you exit, since he's short, he has to pass under the arm to get in.
I hate that
As
shit.
a female woman, lady chick, I don't mind that, but I can understand. As my short kings, how do we feel about a tall man, you passing under their arm as they hold the door open for you?
You talking to me?
As short kings, whoever that may be.
I'll look at them and
Yeah.
say, "Get that out of my way."
Yeah.
Like a short little man. I'm good,
Yeah.
sir.
It's worse when it's worse when they pat you on the head when you're
That's what I
leaving.
was
Like, all right,
saying.
you little fella, let's just keep it moving, buddy, huh?
Do they really?
No, I don't.
No,
That would be
better not,
hilarious.
dude.
At least
That's a,
they'll give you a little pat on the back.
that's a bathroom fight, dude.
Yeah, I'm gonna start
You
wilding
fucking
out.
pat me on the head, dude. I'll kill you. Or die trying.
That is
Yeah.
so funny.
When you guys are walking and you're like in a straight line and you forget something, do you have to emote that you're like, fuck, I forgot something? Or do you just turn around and just walk with no emotion?
You look like a fucking idiot, dude, if you just... But is it a help either way? You still look like a dumbass.
Well, which is
Oh.
worse? Yeah.
I think it's worse to do the thing, but I understand why people want to express that.
like the
The, like,
So
the,
you
I feel
like,
I'm trying to
emote.
like actually imagine what I would do. And it depends on who's around, because they might be like nervous, chatty, and I forgot it. Like, fuck me, like,
Yeah.
dude, and then like go back. Or I might just be like not in the mood and not even say a word and just walk in and out, and they're like not even acknowledge it.
That's actually so funny. Like, I hate shit like that when there's people looking and... Or if there's like one guy sitting outside just like having a coffee or whatever, and you
Yeah.
know he's seeing you. Like, what
Mhm.
else is he doing? I gotta
But,
put
like,
on a show.
Because I think you would look fucking insane if you're walking, you forget something, and you just do a hard 180. And then
So what
make.
what do you do? You go, oh, or like you're gonna pat your wallet and stuff. Make sure you. What do you do? What's your
I think
move?
you. I want to stop. It's like the whole thing I asked of, like, I want to stop looking away when I want to stop emoting. I just
Yeah,
want to
fuck
walk
it.
the other way and just do it. But I think you look like you're fucking marching.
You look weird.
You're
for sure.
patrolling, yeah. You're kind of looking.
I think I have done that several times. Like, oh, and I just literally just
Yeah.
pivot. Like I
Look
put
at
my
you,
foot
you-
out, I 180 and I go back and then I do it again.
You look and you say, "So what? Fuck you," and then you just turn around and go. That's what you should do. Don't
I
emote.
like there's actually a
Challenge.
masking option. Pat your wallet and look exasperated.
Mm.
Very obvious what happened there.
Yeah,
But see, I don't want to look
he
obvious. I
doesn't
just
want
want
to
to
do
just
that. Yeah.
yeah.
Oh, my bad, my bad.
Like because that's the whole thing. If you forget something, you always do the pat. It's like when you're smoking. Like for some reason, like if I'm looking for a lighter, I pat my chest. I never carry my lighter on my chest.
Nobody does.
But all of a sudden, I'd be like, okay, and then I start looking down. I'm like, how does that happen? Why do we do these things?
I don't have the answer.
Now that the wedding's over, I'm back to my random thoughts. I'm like, okay, I'm not
Yeah,
thinking
you're
about.
deep in it, dude.
I'm deep in it, dude.
Yeah, where this podcast goes now that he's actually had his wedding ceremony and has no longer a ruptured Achilles, who knows?
I know. But I was able to throw it back though. I was really proud. Lean
You
a little
look good
bit.
doing it,
low.
dude. Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, you did. We saw the steps in there, dude.
Yeah. I'm just working on it, dude. I'm trying to get nasty.
Possible, a thing you could do, but hopefully only at your wedding. There he is. Where are you? There he
Never.
is.
I'm back.
Have you guys noticed that when Victor celebrates, he goes like this? That's his thing. I noticed when I clipped yesterday's thing.
Oh, yeah,
He goes,
baby.
hey.
Yeah, you're
That's a
very
dude.
you're very handsy with your hands. Like
Yeah. Again,
do
that.
throw him up, dude. Feeling good. You know?
Evelyn's a jumper. Evelyn's a jumper.
Oh,
I
yeah.
do
Oh
not-
yeah.
you will
I'm
not catch me
spinning. I'm jumping.
No.
Yeah.
They also played jump, jump.
Oh yeah, I was jumping for that.
And
You
I was
have
like,
to.
Dude, LeBron jumping in her heels. That was kind of like a mind fuck.
She's good.
gorgeous,
Yeah.
gorgeous dress, LeBron.
Mhm.
Gorgeous.
Oh, hold up. You're anti Waymo. I remember that.
Waymo?
She took a
Yeah.
Waymo.
You are anti Waymo, the self-driving car.
Oh,
The
yes. I
Jaguar,
was like,
the
I don't
white
even know
one.
what that is. Yeah, they freak me out, dude. And I had to follow that hoe into the freeway out of where I was. And I did not trust it. I was like, is it going to take me out? And it was like merging lanes and like the really spicy
Wait, you-
lane merges.
You got in
I was
one?
behind one.
Oh.
I was behind one. I drove myself there. But
Yeah.
one of them pulled up when I was leaving, and everybody was like, "Oh, is that your like self-driving vehicle?" I was like, "Fuck no, you're not gonna find me in that hoe." And they were all like, "What?"
LeBron
I
took
want to
one.
get on a way. Yeah, I want to go on a Waymo one time and see how it is.
You
Is it-
should have. You should have taken it on the way home from the wedding.
No, the Waymo only works in certain parts of LA, so it doesn't go past. I think downtown is the furthest east it'll go. It doesn't go like northeast like that.
Too tricky.
That makes sense.
He wants more like open space, maybe.
Yeah, so like I think if you think of LA, it's from Santa Monica all the way to downtown LA, in that kind of like vicinity. So in between the 405,
They're all over Culver City.
in
I
between
see
the
'em every
10.
day.
I think it's in between the 10 freeway and
The one that I saw merging in front of me, where I was like, "Am I gonna get hit a second time today on Mark's wedding day?" It was merging in front of me on the 10. I was on the 10, and it was
I don't know that
merging
I've
to
seen
get
'em on
into like the
freeways.
110 south.
mm-hmm.
And no, that's what the factor was that was different. Like on the street, I'm like, okay, I can watch it. But like on the freeway, it's just going like a person. And I'm like, is it gonna see me? And I was freaking out. But that was just PTSD from that bitch in Wilmington.
Nothing good happens in Wilmington, does it?
I mean, I lived there for over 10 years. It
They
wasn't
got
too
that.
bad.
They got that coat factory though.
Want me to go back?
That's cool.
I mean,
all
you
I
can go
got.
get your. you
That's
can
all
go
I
get your
got.
coat then.
I ran through my Bibles. I mean, I have rich talk, but we can't start that. That has to be tabled.
Yeah,
No.
Come back next week for
yeah.
rich talk, you guys, because I'm on one right now.
We're-
Or explore it before next week.
We're at an hour and a half here. I
Dude,
think.
man.
Are we?
Yeah. Well, yeah, we're gonna get out of here. We'll see you guys next week.
Recording stopped.
Oops, I don't know why I did that.
It's okay.
But yeah, we'll see you guys next week, chat. Thanks for hanging out, and it's like kind of a wedding part 2.
Now you guys were
It
basically
was.
at Mark's wedding, so you all get to experience that with us. Now.
Dude, you're going to make Graffiture mad. Relax.